Hello, welcome back. This is Lynette Gearberry. I'd like to go over my Financial Accounting 1110 syllabus with you. If you haven't done so at this time, please read the syllabus first. It's only going to take you a few minutes. Read it word for word, and then we'll chat about it. Come back when you're ready to do that. I don't like to read to you, I just want to hit high points. So I'm going to assume you're ready to go. Start with, first of all, my name. We've already talked about that. I'm Lynette. Again, welcome to my class. Here's some telephone numbers where you can contact me. My office phone number and my home phone number. Welcome to call me at home, but no calls after 9 because I'm a real early riser. I'd appreciate that. My office on campus is on the Redwood campus in the business building in 3:30 a.m. And my email address is as shown. Consultation hour varies by semester. In the summer, it's by appointment only. In other semesters, will be listed on the syllabus that you'll receive for this course. So if you look for me, it's easy to find me. In the summer, drop me an email and I'd be happy to meet with you at a time that works for you. There's no prerequisite to this course. And the course ID, when you register on my accounting lab, link shown, is Yearberry 68964. Just a little bit of a chat about the text. We use Horngren's Accounting, the Financial Chapters, 10th edition. You don't need to have the text to register and start the course. The author lets you use it for free, and there's an ebook included on my accounting lab. You can use this free for, I think it's 2 weeks or something quite close to that. So please, if you don't have the book, don't hesitate to get started. It's better to have the book, don't get me wrong, but not having it isn't a reason to not start. I recommend that you buy the book and have the software. The software, which you need the access code for, is mandatory. That's where your homework and tests are taken, so you have to have that. But the book is very useful as well. Most students tell me that it's a more accessible experience if they have the book. You can reference the book during the tests if you own a hard copy, but you can't open a copy of the ebook while you're testing. You can't leave the test. And so it's a really nice feature. Also, accounting is kind of like a math class, and it's nice to open it up and look at it while you're completing your homework. You can get the book bundled from the bookstore with the software for about $138. Varies a little bit, somewhere between $30 and $140. The software costs right around $100, so you're getting the book for something around $35, $38, depending on the semester. I don't think you can get the book online cheaper than that, so if I were you, I'd just suck it up and buy it from the bookstore. If you'd like to take off on your own and find copies of the book for my Accounting Lab access code, I think it's a little bit crazy of an idea, but the ISBN numbers are listed. There's a course description, course procedures. The only thing I have to say in this area is on course procedures. I have taken an approach with this class where you read and then you watch and then you do. You read a small amount of technical information. You watch me solve problems using that information, and then you do it by completing problems on your own. I find the read, watch, and do approach is a great way to help you learn the material for a long-term basis. It's got to go at least until the final, and I'm hoping to go lots farther than that for accounting majors and those of you that have subsequent accounting courses. Next thing I want to briefly mention is the accounting lab. We have accounting lab in the business building, 211 on the Redwood campus. You can receive help on your assignments, make appointments to meet with tutors, and use banks of computers. There's a lot of computers in there, so if you don't have access to one, then you can use ours in this lab. The lab has different hours depending on semesters. This is a summer semester syllabus, so that hours are quite limited. You'll be receiving a syllabus that relates to your specific semester, and the hours will be correctly listed on that. Don't wait to seek tutoring until it really can't help you. If after Chapter 2 you're not understanding Chapter 2, seek tutoring on Chapter 2. If after Chapter 3 you're not understanding Chapter 3, seek tutoring on Chapter 3, and so on. Let's talk a minute about the course schedule. I prepared a course schedule, and the course schedule that you receive is for your specific semester. It shows what I would like you to read, and then it has links to what I would like you to watch, and then homework that relates to it. This is a visual aid that shows you the reading, the watching, and the doing all shown together. And then there's a column if you're in the online class for hints, and if you're on the on-site class, what we're going to do in class that day. The course schedule is a great pacing tool. The only hard thing about passing this class is getting everything done on time. And the course schedule will help you do that. It breaks the semester into a day's worth of work. And it's a digestible day. Cramming doesn't work in this course. There are media links on the course schedule for your convenience. You have to watch the media on My Accounting Lab to get credit for watching it. But if you'd like to see it again, the very same media has a link on the course schedule. You can watch it as many times as you want. Believe me, it's dry. If for some reason one of the links on My Accounting Lab is giving you grief, once you've tried to open it, you'll get credit for viewing it. You won't have learned anything though, so then go to the course schedule, having gotten credit for doing it already, and watch it off of there. All links on the course schedule work. I checked them yesterday. I check them every semester, so that comment always works. Homework is an integral part of this course. You learn accounting at the end of a pencil, not by reading it, not by watching me do it, but by doing it yourself. Reading it helps you learn something you won't know. Watching me do it helps you master it. Doing it yourself is where you learn how to really do accounting. You get 3 tips on your homework, and then the answers given to you. There are due dates for homework. They're shown on the course schedule and on My Accounting Lab. I do accept late homework, but it's penalized 10% per day for each day it's submitted. It's not because I'm a time Nazi, it's because staying up with the course is the difference between succeeding and failing. And I'm laying this course out in such a way to do everything I can to help you succeed. There are no exceptions to the late policy. So if you miss a due date, it's not the end of the world. It's 10% for the first day and so on. So get it turned in. Media. There's several media assignments assigned for each chapter, and usually there are several for each day. There are links available on the course schedule for review purposes and convenience, but you need to watch them once in My Accounting Lab to receive credit. I realize that even opening them gives you credit, but it sure doesn't give you the information you need to be successful in this course. The link for some reason gets tricky on My Accounting Lab. Watch it off the course schedule after you've tried to open it. One time Chrome did an update and it made all the links not work for a couple of days, and students had to fly off the course schedule. But they opened it once, got credit, and everything worked. You can't really control what Chrome does, so. There are 3 attempts allowed on the media. There's 10% penalty for watching it late. And the media and, I guess, the homework can all be, and the test as far as that goes, can all be turned in early. So make it work for your life. Here's a famous note. You know what? I made the media because I felt like you needed some help. And since I've done so, the attrition rate in this class has really gone down. So I'm pleased with that. There is no plot. The storyline's dry. They're not up for Academy Awards. I'm a CPA, I'm not a comedian. Sometimes my phone rings in the media. I put you on pause. My dog barks. I can't help that. They bark when children play in the neighborhood. I would edit it if I could, but the media doesn't allow for that. So I just work around them. I have hundreds of media to make. So I'm not going to start over every time the phone rings. They're not professional talking heads. That would be horrible anyway. They're just me chatting directly to you as though you were in my office, explaining things to you. We'd have interruptions in there. The phone would ring. Well, my dog wouldn't bark, but students would come in, so similar to an office appointment. Hope you think they're worthwhile, and please don't be too annoyed if they're not as professional as you'd like them to be. Tests. Here's a big one. Tests must be submitted by 11:59 on the due date. Just like media and homework, everything's due to 11:59 p.m. on the date shown. All things, including tests, can be taken early. Late tests aren't allowed except in extreme circumstances because I really want you to keep up with this. You must request permission to take a test after the due date because they're programmed to no longer open. I couldn't get around that. It was required for another reason while making it. So if you want to take a test late, please get permission in advance. Or if it's really an extreme circumstance, let me know after. An extreme circumstance is that you blew it off. They make a lot of extra work for me. That's why I feel it that way. So you have to contact me to take a test late. Final. You have to get 50% or higher on the final to pass this class. It's department policy. It's not subject to negotiation. 48% is not 50%. So consider that every time you study, and study in such a way as to learn the material. This won't be a problem for you. The final exam has to be completed by hand on paper. Consider doing some of your homework along the way for each chapter by hand on paper, and then enter the answers in my accounting lab. Remember, there's no drop-down menus on a piece of paper, and there is on my accounting lab. So you need to work without those once in a while to be practiced for the final. You can work ahead and finish the course early. I have no problem with that. Make it work for you. If it's a summer semester, you'll be remarkable if you can do that, but it's up to you. Finally, students are expected to work independently on tests and on the final exam. Let's not get into academic dishonesty discussion. I hate those. Course evaluation. Your homework's worth 25%. The tests and media combined are worth 60%. You can see the breakdown here. The final's worth 20%. So not all points are created equal. Oh, go away. There you go. First interruption, huh? Ignore that. So not all points are created equal. Homework points are worth 20% of your grade. Media are worth 5%. Tests are worth 55%. And finals worth 20%. So you can see not all tests or not all points are created equally. Don't blow off your homework, or the highest grade you can get in the classes is a B minus, 80%. Don't blow off the media. That moves you from an 80 to a 75. That means you'd have to do really well on the tests and final, and I can't see that happening if you haven't practiced along the way. So not all points are equal. Grading. Grades are determined by your achieved points based upon the following scale. And those could be percents as well. 93% of the points equals an A. 90 to 92% of the points equals an A minus, and so on. There's some learning outcomes that we tackle in this course. Salt Lake Community College has many learning outcomes, but there are two that we focus on in this course, although we cover all of them. The two we focus and measure in this course is your ability to perform the steps of the accounting cycle, and if you comply with generally accepted accounting principles. There's a comprehensive problem where we do the accounting cycle. It's the one homework problem that you do offline by hand and then submit. It comes up in chapter 4. We check the compliance with GAAP on the final exam on the first 10 questions. Moving right along, huh? ADA accommodations. If you have need for an ADA accommodation, let's not wait till the semester starts. Let's get started on that right now. Work through the Disability Resource Center. It can take a little time, so let's get busy on it. They will notify me that accommodation needs to be made, and I will make that accommodation for you. It's simple, it's painless. There's your phone number. The one thing that needs to happen is you not to procrastinate. Moving right along to communications. Class communications for online courses will take place solely through email and the course schedule. The course schedule, it's already written down there. You can see it as you progress. What you need to know when you need to know, it's listed on that. Email is much more current than that. I send you email and I send it to you often. So please use an email account when you register at My Accounting Lab that you check frequently, and then check it on a daily basis or you'll miss important time-sensitive information that will affect your grade. And there's a little note. We have a PAC committee, a program advisory committee of professionals in the field of accounting, and they really think that you need to practice writing emails in a professional fashion. And they've asked us to not accept emails from you with UR and LOL and all the things that you guys like to put in emails. So I pass that on just to do what the PAC committee asked. I believe they're correct on that. You and I have a little bit less formal of a relationship, but take that into account and learn to communicate professionally. Here's a course outline of how the course is going to go. We're going to cover 10 chapters, but notice we do 1 through 9, skip 10, and do 11. Chapter 10 is part of Accounting 1120. Topics are listed. And notice we skip a few things along the way. Those are noted on the course schedule. Another reason to check it regularly is so you don't do work that you don't need to do. Note about responsibility. I really want you to read that, but what it says is you need to take responsibility for the learning of this material upon yourself. Do your homework in a fashion where you learn it, not where you just complete it. Don't get behind. It's the #1 reason for failing. Follow the schedule. Check your email. Things should move along nicely. Note #1 I've listed here for you is accounting's best learned by covering the material at an even pace over a period of time. Cramming does not work. It's like eating an elephant. Take small bites and it won't choke you. The course schedule is your small bites. I've said that many times. Maybe you're starting to roll your eyes, or maybe you're starting to think, I gotta follow the course schedule. Due dates are on it. It's on My Accounting Lab too. It's a useful tool, lots of hints about what's on the final and such. Second note, really important. The first 4 chapters of Accounting 1110 contain material that needs to be mastered in order for you to be successful in the remaining chapters and in all future accounting classes. It is mission critical that you master the first 4 chapters by the time we leave the 4th chapter. If you are not good at that, please seek tutoring. You'll know the one problem we do offline that's on the My Accounting Lab, but is still submitted offline because you do it by hand, is a review of the accounting cycle in the first 4 chapters. If you don't get that, it tells you we're in trouble. Catch it there. Catch it right there. Catch it by chapter is even better. Finally, I couldn't be more sincere about this. Good luck. Hope you have a wonderful, successful semester. I'm doing everything I can to help you. I'm happy that you decided to enroll in my course. Keep in touch. Check your email regularly. Realize I'm not a movie star in the media. And let's have a nice relationship. Hey, thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.